part of a symbol, you actually will, this is the second part, you will create your own symbol. And what I want you to do, right away, I'm going to just create new, Command N, do OK, then go Save As, and save it already as B. So I just selected the previous one, same location, and I just did B. And do OK. So I want you to go to the internet, and I want you to find an image, and you can do a mug. This might be easy. Some of you can do one. You're going to use the pen tool for this. And one place where I want you to go is freeimages.com. If you don't have an account with them, this is a good time to set it up. Let me actually open it up first. So freeimages.com. I wonder how much they cost in that domain name. And just type mug. I guess I could put it on a Dropbox, but now keep in mind when search comes up, the first, this is free website, it says free images. So the top is always paid advertisements. So do not download those. Always look for free, like in their website. So the top is in the bottom, usually is the paid advertisements. So you can select, I did select one of those, like cup of tea. Again, you need to have the account with them to have it set, but it's free and it's going to be a big file. So go ahead, I'm going to show you. So once you do this, why don't you watch first, and I'll give you time. You're going to give you 30 minutes to do this anyway. So why don't you watch me first, and then I pause, and then we can continue. So once you actually download it, and it's a pretty big one, I'm going to go File and Place It. And let's pretend I saved it. I have 2 lab 4s. There it is. It's going to be big, right? You can already edit that, but what I'm going to do, which is not what I recommend to do, I'm going to drag, holding my shift key so I don't change proportions, drag it and make it fit within my page. And it's pretty big, so I don't mind having it smaller. Now, if you ever go like this with the size, anytime, if you have a big image, making it small, you're going to lose quality. Doesn't matter, right? Vector, no. But if it comes to raster images, pixel-based images, you will, because it's a big reduction. You're throwing a lot of things out. And actually, I'm going to make it even smaller. So it's going to be, I mean, this right now will be a huge symbol. I guess we can always edit it. So after I place my image, then I will I will create a new layer. So make sure my layers are showing. Create a new layer. And I'm going to lock my bottom layer so I don't, do anything with it. And then what you're going to do is using a pen tool, you will trace around it. And the top is a cylinder, so you can use ellipse for that part. And I actually draw my ellipse after I draw the bottom, because here if I mess up, the ellipse will cover it. That's a trick. So I'm going to use my pen tool and trace around it. So you can just see, I'm going to choose a color I can actually see, no fill, and maybe like a yellow. And then we're going to start in the middle. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to trace around your object, and we're going to make a symbol out of this one. Okay, so go ahead, and I guess you can watch me right now. I'm trying to be quick. This edge is not right. Undo. It's my favorite thing in the world, which I miss. You have to click another key in Photoshop. You have to do Option Shift Command Option Shift. But here you can just do 2 keys. That makes your life easier. So I don't know if I messed up here yet, but I will just see, and then I can always fix it. But you want to be as close as possible to what you're doing. And now what the easy part, and I'm going to do the handle too. But now the easy thing is, if I have my little cup, I can do this. Oh, wrong tool. L for ellipse. Okay, so I can actually kind of draw it around it, make it fit And this actually is going to be red, so I can borrow the color from the cap already. And I'm going to do a stroke on this. So I'm going to select red. That's kind of pink. Okay, this red. That's better. And actually I want it to be white and red on the outside. Yeah. So I'm doing the fill white because I want, you can do other color. For the more advanced, you can also do a little bit of gradient mesh on this. And I'm going to change it, the 2 points, so it's kind of a nice round around it. And again, the same thing, well, not the same, I lied. Now, I don't really want the yellow stroke. I want it to be red. Again, I'm doing the fill, I'm changing to my fill, selecting the red I just selected, and there is my cap. So the only thing missing now is to draw a handle, and that's what I'm going to do next. So go ahead and get that image, get set up, and then make sure you, wrong point, make sure you can draw. So I'm just drawing along. And it's filling with red, that's fine, but sometimes it gets annoying. After it covers my things, I cannot see it, especially with the red line on red, it's hard to see. But I'm gonna wink it. Okay, so I'm just continuing around. I'm almost done. Right. There's my handle. I'm just gonna add, I think I'll move this around. Kind of. Okay. And you can see the points, like when I finish, you can see the imperfections. So I just zoom in and I just fix that. Easy thing to fix. It's like, okay, because it's not gonna show. Remember I did the ellipse second? You can actually do it, send it to back. That's the good thing about ellipse. And maybe fix that edge too. Alright. That looks okay to me. And actually, no, that doesn't highlight. I'm going to fix this edge, this point here too. Alright, so I have my cap, and now since it's locked, I can just select it. And after you've drawn this, you have to you're gonna save it as a symbol. But if you want to keep that size, that's your choice. But I'm gonna make it smaller, so it's kind of a little cup, not too tiny. So if I'm looking at my measurements, and I probably will make it smaller. There it is. And I think I'm gonna delete that high image. You don't want it, okay? Once you draw it, delete it because the file size will be big with that image in it. So let me go into my layers, unlock it, and delete that bottom. Okay? So notice now, I have my little cap. Oh yeah, I can fix it here too. But that's okay. It's supposed to be that way. Oh, projector is kind of flashing at us. So that's the size you want it. So let's see how I put my rulers out, kind of what size it is. It is 2 inches, something like that. A little bit over 2, 3 inches by 3, something, close to it, 2.5 by 3 inches. So then you drag it, then you name it cup, okay, and we have our symbol. You have drawn your shape and you saved it as a symbol. Make sure it's showing in the symbols. Then we actually don't need to have it on a stage anymore because we're not gonna use that shape. We're just gonna spray it. So once you're did that, I want you to use the options for your sprayer tool. Now, when you're looking at the sprayer tool itself, I have the options sticking out here. I pulled it out earlier. So you can double click on it, and again I want you to change some of the parameters because it is a little bit too much. So we're gonna just do like 2 diameters. So you may want to write it down so you remember or something. Now open up Word type somewhere, simple text, whatever you need to. Then intensity, we're actually going to lower the intensity by only 1, so 7. And then we will leave the density as default. So we only did 2 and 7, and then 5 is the default. So 2 inches diameter, 7 density, and 5 density. Then you're just going to spray it, and I want you to spray it on the whole canvas. So I probably wouldn't try to be some kind of organized with your pattern. Oh, not pattern. It looks like a pattern, right? With your caps. You can have fun with it, but don't spray the whole thing because you're going to move things around as well. And you'll be rotating things, and so they need to fit in it, right? Now, then you're going to use the shifter to shift your items around. So go ahead, you're going to be doing that as well. So shift a few of them, kind of separate them a little bit. Nothing too works really well. Just make sure the size of your cap is not, when you save it as symbol, it's not more than 2.5 inches wide and tall, okay? Then you're going to use a scruncher tool to bring some closer. And then actually I'll hold the option key to separate some. Now, this is way too much. It's like, you stink, we're going away. So you want to do a little bit, option. So separate some of them. Hold the option key when you do so. Not too much, so just undo. The next one is the sizer. So you need to size some objects. If you hold the option key, they'll be smaller. So you're going to do bigger and smaller, okay? Depending on the key that you use. Uh-oh. Monkey. Now, you're also going to change the spinner, so you need to spin some of them. Maybe this one. Now, if you hold option, it's going to be counterclockwise. So spin a few of them out. And one important thing is when you spray, make sure you can see every cap. If you can't see like this one here, it's not visible. Somehow you need to move that a little bit. So it's part of it is showing, okay? So if you don't see that, that cap has to be moved. There, that's a little bit better. Alright, so what else we have? Sizer we just used. Symbols, spinner tool. Yeah, we can actually rotate a few of them, which I was doing. And you're going to do the stainer. So with the stainer, you just select a different color that is close to this one. It can be orange. And then you're going to spray it. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little like yellowy color too. And then, one more here. And then the last thing you're going to do is screener. So some of them will be a little bit transparent. Just don't make them disappear. Don't really hold your mouse when you select it. Because right now, look at that. That disappeared. It's gone. This is how you can make things go away. And you just click on it and hold. So like a little bit. See, like this one is a little bit ghosty. Okay. And this one is almost invisible, so this one is a little bit. And then when you're done, you just save it. So that is all you have to do for this part B.